Yo, what up? It's your boy, me, SolarLune, once again with another Wordle challenge for today, January 18th. Yeah, so it's been, well, yesterday was fun, and I got a couple people saying they wanted to see me do it again, so I'm doing it again. So here we go. For those who aren't familiar, Wordle, you're trying to guess a word that has 5 letters in it, and that's it. So let's see if we can kind of get it in a good short amount of tries, or if we fail miserably and crash and burn on the highway. Try house. Okay, so we got the O. It's somewhere in the word, but not H, U, S, or E. That's interesting. Okay, so that means that it must be A, I, or Y for the vowel, for the other vowels, right? I mean, I guess it could be just one vowel, just one O. If it was just one O, it couldn't possibly start with an O, right? Like other, O-T-H-E-R. There's an E in there, so I don't think there's a word that starts with O that is only consists of consonants. So if the O is not in the second place, it would have to be in the third, fourth, or fifth, like T-H-E-R-E. Of course, in that example, there's 2 E's. But something like that. I'm thinking that if the O isn't here, it couldn't be here, because then, like, it couldn't be here and be the only vowel. There's a couple words that only have one vowel in it, like earth, E-A-R-T-H. Oh, E is a vowel. Never mind. But I feel like there's a couple of words that have only one vowel, but it couldn't possibly start with it. So O probably isn't in the first or second positions. And no words that have, if O isn't in the second position, it could be in the third or fourth or fifth. I guess it couldn't be in the fifth. No words end with O. Maybe paleo? P-A-L-E-O. But there's no E, so it couldn't be paleo. But that might be a good guess, because that allows us to try P-A-L and another position for O, which might be worth it. Let's try maybe just a completely different word. Ideally, that doesn't have any of the same letters. Fowl. I was gonna say fowls, but that has an S. Let's try banks. I know that has an S. Banks. Let's see. Ball. What? It can't end with a ball. Chime? That's an E. I might, but I don't want to repeat letters if possible to maximize my guess. Thar. Let's see. Judge. This has an E. We might just have to end a U. Maybe we'll go back to paleo, because that does have an A. It does have an L. It does have an well, it has E and O. Those are too many repeating vowels. We need to try something different. Zilch has an H, but that's fine. Let's go with zilch. Yeah, no letters from zilch. Okay, well, that's Z. I doubted, but I and L and C are pretty common letters, so that makes sense, or that's good. Okay, quinch, that's, yeah, too many letters. Ranch, C-A-N-H, so it's not C-N-H. We know there's an O in there, so let's try words with O. Moldy? No, O can't be in the second position. It has to be elsewhere. This orange is the only word that OLED? Odd. Oddity. Obvious. Yeah, so there's words that start with O, but they are immediately followed by a consonant. There's no like O-Y. Oyster, actually, now that I think about it, that there are some. It's interesting to play because it allows you to get kind of some perspective on the English language. Oedipus. Oars. So if the O is not likely in the first position, it would have to, or not have to be, but it could be in the third position. Chore. But the E isn't at the end. There's no E. So it couldn't be chore, but that might be closer. O could be here. Yeah, H is not in here. Yeah. So it could, but there could be an R. Or no C either. Warts. There's no O. Cobalt? Let's see. Mines? This is interesting. There's no... okay, we still haven't tried all of the vowels. So we still have A, Y, A, Y, A, and Y. So... aorta? Okay, so there is an R. No A. Rolls? There's no L. Rob. Rover? No E. There, it could have a V in it. So it's R and O. We have to switch up the O position. We should have switched up the O position on the aorta, but I didn't think about it. So O, we need to confirm, we need to try to confirm where the O could be. So it's probably not in the first position, right? Unless it was other or something like that. O is not, there's no T and there's no H and there's no E. But it could be O-R, that's possible. So we need to try a word that has an R and an O in a different location. So I doubt it's gonna be ochre. That's a color, right? Ochre. I think it might be spelled a little differently, but oh, ochre like that. That's a no C, no H, no E, so it's not ochre. But we need to try O and R in different positions. So let's try, and we need to like make some solid guesses. We don't have enough room left to like do search to just like feel our way around. We have to actually try to guess this. So yeah, it's unlikely that O is here. It could be R. Right, where would O go? If it started with R and then went to O, rods, rolls, rocks. We tried C already. Rower, which there's no E. O can't be in the second position. Okay, so it has to be Y. If O is not in the second position and there is a vowel there and it doesn't start with a vowel, it would have to be Y. It'd have to be Y. There's only two vowels possible, Y and O. Because E, A, I, and U are all out. So it'd have to be Y here or O here, unless it started with a vowel, basically. Because it's very rare to have like, I mean, I guess you have TH or W, QU, no, not QU, G, I think TH might be the only like consonant pair. Yeah, I think TH might be it. So if it's not TH, then it would have to start with a consonant and then immediately go to another vowel. BV. D, F, X, G. Yeah, it's not TH. It's not. It couldn't be TH. Core, GH. Is it? There's no words that start with GH. H, H, image, H. Chord. That's one that where it starts with a consonant and then goes to H. So that's a possibility, like CH. It's not CH obviously because there's no C or H, but like that is the kind of thing we would need, is like chord or something like that. WH, where? There's no E. I was gonna say horror. Horror, unfortunately. Very unfortunate word, but at least it would have been a possibility with the O and the R, but there's no E, so that's not a possibility. Where? There's an O, so it's probably not like something HO, because we don't have very many options. It's not WH, it's not DH, it's not FH, it's not XH, BH, NH, MH, JH, KH, YH. Nope. PH. Ford tough. It built Ford tough. But PH feels phone. Phone is an example. Okay, so there are words that start with a consonant and then move into an H. Starts with a P and then moves into an H, like phone, or I'm blanking on any other possibilities. Phobe, like a something phobe, yeah. Someone who's scared, agoraphobia. That's a possibility. That allows us to get B in there, but yeah, H is not in there. That's not gonna work. So we know it. Why did I even spend so much time on this possibility of like PH, BH, TH? There's no H. That's not a possibility. I don't know why I was thinking about it. All right, so there's no H. There's no H. It has to be consonant into vowel. It has to be Y. There's no U. There's no I. There's no A. There's no E. So it has to be Y there, basically, because we don't have H. So it would have to be like gyoza, but there's no R. Byzantine. Let's see. Broke. There's no K, there's no E, but there could be a K. Could be brook, like a babbling brook. BROOK. That's a possibility. That's a real possibility. If we do go with brook, we would go break out BRO, assuming that these are, well, I guess we would rule out this location for, this might be a good idea because it would allow us to make sure O is in neither of these locations, allow us to swap R and take B and K out of the equation. Let's go with brook. Okay, all right, that's it. So it's not brook, but it's something RO something something. Wrote. Rope. QRO, WRO, RRO, ORO, ORO. Oh no. Yeah, no, it could be. Oh. No, wait. If it was, because we put the O here, that confirms there's only one O, because if there was two O's, this would probably also be yellow. I'm gonna hope that's the case. because it's yellow if it's in the wrong position. We have an O here, which is in the right position. But if we had another O here and there was another O in the word, I assume this one would also be yellow. So it's not going to start with O. I don't think there's any words that start with R. So we can rule those out. It could be PRO, professional, proms. No, there's no S. Prove, there's no E. DRO, FRO, GRO, grow, grown, hold on, in, WG. Okay, that's a real possibility. That's a real strong possibility. That's a real strong possibility. Grown is a real strong possibility. GRO, VRO, XRO, no. NRO, no. MRO, no. JRO, Y, G, FRO, DRO, drown, DROWN. Grown and drown are both really good guesses. PYWQ. I think it's one of those two. I have half a mind to try something else just to confirm which it is. Or like, you know, we could maybe do like something like this, like not drawn, but something that basically where we know the R and O aren't there, but we can put in other letters to kind of give us hints. But I guess that's unnecessary because we know R and O are there. If we wanted to swap out letters for R and O, it would have to be a letter at the beginning or end. Drown and grown are both really good. Brown is brown is not a possibility. Okay. We haven't tried drown, grown. Because let's say we go with drown, right? And then we find out that it's not D and it's not W and N. What other possibility could it be? If it's not, we have to have a backup strat, basically. So if it's not drown, so no W, no N, no D. Could be frown. Drown. Grown. No, grown. Let me write these down. Drown, grown. Brown. Oh man, this is kind of a bad. Oh, we know it can't be a B, so it's not brown. It's not brown. I feel like we're so close, man. We're right there. It couldn't be frown, couldn't be grown, couldn't be brown. Could be grown or drown. Should we go for another guess that we know is going to be incorrect because it doesn't have R or O? Because then we could sub in another letter and that basically rules out possibilities. So like if we could make a word that does not contain R and O, which is impossible. Well, we could put Y in there. So like time, that would allow us to take out Y and M, which isn't really that useful. But if we could do something like that, where we use Y to take out maybe two other letters, minus. So S-A get taken out, but they're already out, so that's kind of a waste. N, Y, and M to get taken out. Ideally, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can take out 5 if we do this right, which would leave 7. That definitely helps. So what word? Gym. But we can't, there's no other vowels. We can't take it out. We can't take out any other vowels. Gig. Gig. What? I feel like that. That letter combination is kind of familiar to me. I'm not sure why. GIF. Yeah, I don't know if we can. Oh, no, knife. Oh man, no. And we know R and O are in the right position. I feel like it's good. Is drown or groan. Like that's, I can't think of anything else, and I don't want to waste, because I mean, like, let's say we do use a guess on, let's say, all these other letters. We confirm it's not any of those. Then we have one guess left to go with drown or ground, and we basically, it's a 50-50. We know it's not brown because B's not there, but drown and groan are both within striking distance, and it's really just a 50-50. So I'm going to bank. I'm going to bank on it being drown or groan. We'll go with drown. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's neither drown nor groan. Okay. I wasn't expecting this. So that mean it could be something like this, right? Where the G is in the third position because we know there's no D. There could be a G, but it can't be in the first position because there's no groan, and there's no other rock is a word, but that's only those letters. Grove. Yeah, it has to be something like drown or groan, where it's RO and then two consonants. It's not W and N, that's for sure. So it's not groan, it's not drown. Grom. Could be two consonants, two of the same consonants. Grog, groff, grop. Grorm. If it's not G, from rocks, frop. Oh man. Oh man. It's neither drown nor brown nor groan. FRO. Froth. FRO. Frog. Frogger. Frogger. QRO? No. YRO? No. PRO? No. Prop? Prop? Propo. There's no two O's. Proper? Man, this is tough, dude. MRO? No. There's no word that begins with MRO, is there? I don't think so. JRO? No. VRO? No. VRO? No. GRO? Grown. Growth. Groggy? X? No. FRO, no. GRO, no. YRO, no. RRO, no. PRO. It feels like it's gonna be PRO, FRO, GRO, and that's basically it. Because it's not JRO, it's not YRO, it's not VRO, it's not MRO, it's not XRO, it's not QRO. Could be MRO? No, that sounds so weird. There's no way. VRO? No. Raw? No. FRO, like from, froggy, or frogs. Groggy. It's not J. It's not Y. It's not R. It's not O. Oro. Orange. Orange. PRO? Is like progress? Providence? Project? Proms? Proxy? Proxy! Yo, let's go! Oh my, the pog, oh my gosh, we're pogging, dude, we're pogging. You can't even see me. I brought it back from the brink and you said I couldn't. How dare you? How dare you? I am not the king of Wordle, but I just escaped being put to death. Death said, ha, I said, ha. I said, ha. Nice try. Okay. Wow, that was tough. Dude. Zilch was kind of a poor guess, but I mean, that has a lot of letters I hadn't tried yet. You know, Z-I-L. Z is a poor guess because it's like there's only a few words that have Z in them. And so you can kind of guess a word that has Z well, I guess if you know the letter Z is in it, then you can make an early guess, like Zilch. If you know, like, you try Zilch and it doesn't work, and it's like, okay, zeros. Obviously, that wouldn't work because zeros has an E in it, and so it's a 6-letter word. But still, yeah, Z, I don't know about that one. But IL, C, and H are pretty good. Only H was a repeat. I guess it's too early to do repeats. You don't want to do repeats in the second guess. If we didn't do a repeat in Zilch, if we said we have to come up with a different word, we might have come up with a word that has an O or an R, and then that would have considerably changed the approach, I think. We really kind of got fortunate with Brooke, because if we tried something that had maybe an R later on, like donor, D-O-N-O-R, the R would have been wrong. This O would have been wrong. This N would have been wrong. This O would have been correct, and then the D would have been wrong. So we would have been like kind of out. We probably wouldn't have gotten drown on this one. I feel like we might have tried something else that swaps the R somewhere else, and we might not have ever gotten to proxy. I got fortunate, dude. Like really, it was these 3 guesses that it was tough, but these kind of led to each other. Brook, and then drown, and then proxy. The proxy was just like, there was no way I was gonna get proxy. I was like, there's no way, dude. There's no way. I was like, props, but there's no S, but props, like props or propellers. Like, I'm ecstatic. Well, that was a lot of fun. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that it would have been me to solve the Wordle riddle for today? Woohoo! Hee hee! Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune. If you want to support this kind of silly content, please feel free to check out the links in the description to some of my stuff that I've made, like Master Plan, on Steam or Itch, or whatever you wanna, however you wanna throw me money over on Patreon or whatever. Check it out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. See ya.